What's up everybody, Icy Cat here, and today we're going to be talking about the new Blackbeard Elite skin that just dropped. Be doing a full review of everything that you get included in this bundle pack so you can take a look and see before you buy if it's worth spending your money on it. We now have Blackbeard's Elite Bundle skin available in the shop. If you're on the home page of the screen here, you will see that in the lower corner you now have a prompt letting you know that. And if you open that up, you'll see that it includes the Lucky Spade weapons skin for the MK17, SR25, and the Desert Eagle, along with the Delta gadget skin for Blackbeard's rifle shield, Commander Victory Stance, Elite Blackbeard Chibi Charm, and Gorilla uniform with matching headgear. It sells in the shop for 1,800 rainbow credits. However, if you have a season pass like I do, you'll get it at a reduced discounted price of 1,620 rainbow credits. Still a bit on the pricey side, but in line with the other Elite uniform bundles we've seen so far. So let's take a closer look and see what we get for that. One interesting thing to note is that this is the first time one of the Elite bundle skins have come with different weapon camos for each of the guns. In previous bundles, you had the same kind of a skin and it was applied across all of them. It was obviously mapped for each individual weapon, but it was the same style. Here we have 3 weapons with 3 very distinctly different styles, although they are all called the Lucky Spade skin. The first one seen here for the MK17 assault rifle has kind of a tiger stripe pattern on it. You can see the imprint of the spade there just above the magazine well, and there are also some small sections with wooden furniture on it for the buttstock, the hand grip, and some smaller attachment points. The tiger stripe pattern itself is fairly non-reflective. It has a dull sheen to it overall, but it gives an alright look to the gun. Blackbeard's next weapon with the Lucky Spade skin will be the SR25. As you can see, this is completely different. This is pretty much an all-black skin for the gun. It's just a little bit more weathered and beaten up, like it's been kind of like left out on the battlefield and picked back up again. Along with those weathered effects, you can see the similar common imprint of the spade symbol on the magazine well, but otherwise there's just not a whole lot to say about this skin. The metal texture isn't any more reflective than the pattern in the first gun, and its overall sheen is about in the same kind of a range. Now let's take a look at the version of the Desert Eagle Lucky Spade skin. This features almost a stainless steel metallic. It's about as reflective as the proper metal material should be, and it has a lot of detailed engraving on the upper slide. You can also see that the hand grip itself is sort of an ivory style material, and offers detailed artistic sketchings on it. Of course, each Elite bundle pack does also come with an Elite Chibi version of that operator shown in the new uniform, and you can take a look at that here. Now let's take a look at the uniform itself. We have sort of like this mixed military unit / mercenary thing going on. We've got the sleeveless ripped military fatigues along with the matching battle helmet. You can see the attention to detail there with the Lucky Spade card placed in the band of the helmet. It has crisscross bandoleros of ammunition and an interesting detail of a combat knife on the front and a machete attached to the rear. The uniform itself is adorned with all kinds of pouches, and then we can see that he's wearing what looks to be kind of like civilian jeans. Camouflage-style gloves round out the kit, and there are some smaller attention to detail pieces like the climbing rope slung around the one shoulder or the grenade on the other. And overall, this is a really nice-looking uniform. As with the other Elite bundle sets, you do get a new picture that will show up on the menu when selecting the operator. Likewise, you get the custom operator card for when you're actually selecting the operator and starting the game. This will detail the new uniform as well as custom gold background color and logos above the name. That just leaves the Gadget Reskin itself, and let's take a look at that. So here it is. You can see when you attach the rifle shield, the only difference is going to be that it has green kind of edging along the sides of the rifle shield, and that does match the skin for the MK17. Stenciled across the top is the word Gorilla, and that's all there is for the skin on this. Now, admittedly, there wasn't a whole lot that they're going to be able to do. The rifle shield is essentially just a pane of glass. I was curious to see what they might have come up with on designing the new style of skin for this. I was hoping for something maybe a little bit better. I'm not sure exactly what that would have been, but I am a bit disappointed to see that they just put some stenciling for one word on it and changed the border color on the edge. And that sort of reflects my opinions on this Elite bundle set overall. I had hoped that it would be really good, but I'm somewhat disappointed with what's being offered. There's some things that I really love. I mean, the uniform and headgear itself is a great pairing. I love it. It looks great on Blackbeard. The weapon skins are a little lackluster. The Desert Eagle is kind of cool, but we have some camo skins in the game that aren't exactly like the Tiger Stripe version that's placed on the MK17, but similar enough. And then the one on the SR25 being all black, sure, it's got a weathered effect to it, but it looks so similar to the default skin or even the black universal camo skin that you can get for the gun already that it makes you kind of scratch your head and wonder why they bothered making something that was that close in visual appearance. Then when you throw on the rifle shield skin that's barely anything noticeable, it kind of feels like you're only getting half the value out of this bundle that you might have otherwise gotten compared to other ones. Now for me, this bundle was worth it just because of how cool the uniform works. I have to admit, I don't use Blackbeard a whole lot. His shield breaks in like one hit, maybe two now, and it's almost useless for me. I don't like playing with this operator anymore. But the uniform is cool enough that I might actually be encouraged to play this character a little bit more often just because I like the way it looks. Who knows, maybe I'll learn to like him, although I'm still hoping that they wind up giving him a little bit of a minor buff and bringing back some of the hit points on the shield so he can at least take a few more hits before the thing breaks and is rendered useless. Of course, there's a lot of people that will argue that Blackbeard is still a great operator, that shield will be enough to make the difference in a firefight, and that can certainly be true, but when it's breaking in one shot, that second shot is usually right on the heels of it. It's being shown here in Terrorist Hunt where things are far more forgiving, but in player versus player, there's always a volley of bullets incoming your way, and those second and third follow-up shots that come after the shield has been broken are usually enough to do you in anyway, and the shield wound up not making that much of a difference. Can that shield absorbing that one shot coming at your head save you? Yes, absolutely it can, and it can make the difference. I just wish it was a little bit more reliable of a difference, because right now his rifle shield isn't even a threat. You know you just got to drill a shot or two into it to break it, and then a few more to follow up behind it, and that does the job. If you've got a shotgun at medium to close range, it's only going to take 2 shots, one to punch through it and one to drop the character behind it, and he's really just not seen as a very viable threat very much anymore. So I am still going to hope for that Ubisoft buff to come in for him and help him out a little bit. But in the meantime, this uniform will give me an incentive to try to play as him because it is, like I said, a very interesting uniform. I do like it, but I do find that the rifle shield skin is underwhelming. Again, though I'm not really sure what else they could have done with it, considering it is pretty much just a pane of clear glass. But I'm sure that Ubisoft's art team could have found out something that maybe I couldn't think of. I had hoped that they would have surprised me on it, and unfortunately that just didn't happen. And same with the weapon skins. You know, the Desert Eagle one, again, like I said, is kind of a neat one, but the other two are a little uninspired, especially the SR25 version. The animation that he does when he wins it's okay, it's kind of an interesting one, but nothing that really stands out that much for me. Overall, I feel like most of the work for this operator's Elite Bundle skin really went into the design of his uniform, but I'm still paying the same price as I would for getting something I like out of all the other elements. I'm hoping they decide to up the ante a little bit on the next Elite operator that they do. I really enjoyed the last couple of ones that we got with Twitch and with Rook, even going back to some of the earlier ones like Capcan. So is the Elite Bundle worth it for you to pick up? Well, honestly, that's a question that only you can answer. I do feel like I kind of got half the value out of this bundle considering what I liked and what I didn't like. However, that is a subjective opinion, and you might really love the rest of these skins. You might not really care at all that the rifle shield doesn't have any major reskin properties going on. That might not bother you at all. So those are questions you've got to answer for yourself. I do absolutely recommend the uniform and headgear though. So that's going to wrap up this review for the Elite Bundle for Blackbeard. What do you guys think about it? Let me know down in the comments below or head on over to IcyCat25 at either Facebook or Twitter. And if you want to stay up to date on all the latest reviews, news, tips, tricks, walkthroughs, and more for Rainbow Six Siege, then please like and subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.